If you're going on a road trip and have a chance to stop at Buc-ee's, it's a must-see, even for cats. On today's adventures, my 2 cats and I are headed to Hot Springs, Arkansas to visit with my mom and to explore what Hot Springs has to offer. This is me and Free. She's a happy girl. We are at the Arkansas Visitor Center near Texarkana. We're going to Hot Springs, isn't that right, Free girl? With my trusty passenger on the lookout, we navigated the twists and turns of Arkansas roads. I had to take a screenshot of my map because it was so ridiculous. With that said, if you're coming from I-30 in an RV or hate small roads, then definitely don't choose Highway 7. Take Highway 270. It's 4 lanes, plus a middle lane most of the time. And soon enough, we find ourselves in downtown Hot Springs. Welcome to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Behind me is the Bathhouse Row and I don't know what that building is, but welcome to Hot Springs, Arkansas. That ominous building with vultures flying around it is the former Army-Navy Hospital, opened to patients in 1887. The original building was replaced with a facility having 412 beds. During World War II, the hospital was at its peak. Okay, enough history for the moment. Let's get to the top 10 things to do in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I will bookend the top 10 things with my favorites for first and last, going over the others more quickly. So let's start at thing to do number 1. Hot Springs National Park. It's what the city was named after all. Welcome to Hot Springs National Park. This is a second one we looked at, and it's in front of the another bathhouse. Administrative building. It's free both to enter and park. It's the smallest national park in the U.S. at 5,500 acres. The Bathhouse Row today consists of 8 bathhouse buildings that were constructed between the years 1892 and 1923. Each bathhouse offers different things, such as the Buckstaff being the only bathhouse on the row to operate continuously for over a century, since 1912. Many of these bathhouses still offer spas and time to spend in the healing spring water. Other bathhouses are exquisitely designed with stained glass and murals, offer tours of the once medical facilities, and the Superior Bathhouse is now home to the only brewery in a United States national park, and the only brewery in the world to utilize thermal spring water to make their beer and root beer. So we both got some root beers from the Superior Baths, and she already drank it. What's it taste like? It's made from the thermal hot spring water. Tastes fine. Like normal. A little different. A little flat maybe. That's it. You can't walk the promenade without noticing the many steaming fountains, where you can fill your water bottles or gallon jugs up with hot spring water. You will see many locals come with giant jugs of water to take back to their home. Woo. Can you see it? It's not even steaming. Are we gonna taste it?
Is it hot?
Uh-huh. It's hot chocolate hot.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's perfect for hot chocolate. It's actually pretty good. Taste yours.
Okay.
Taste it and let's do a review.
Okay.
We're doing a water review.
Okay.
It's hot.
Really is good. Nice
It tastes
clean.
good. It's a clean taste though.
Very clean taste. And warm, and it's satisfying.
And warm.
Well, it's,
And warm.
but it's satisfying. It's good.
There are also cold water springs, but the hot water springs are really cool to see. We talked to one local who knew which springs had what mineral content in them. So yes, water does taste different depending on where you get it. And Hot Springs National Park is the only unit of the national park system that is actually mandated to give away its primary natural resource, thermal mineral water, to the general public in its unaltered state. The springs are not volcanic, meaning heated from magma beneath the surface. The water is instead heated due to rock types and faults, allowing rainwater to travel up to 8,000 feet deep into Earth, heat up, and then make its way back up. The whole process is said to take 4,400 years. So, it's old fresh water you're drinking. There's also more than 26 miles of nature trails. There are no opportunities to soak in the thermal springs outdoors. Soaking in the springs is only permitted in 2 of the bathhouses, the Buckstaff and the Quapaw. Okay, that's a brief overview of this national park, so let's move on to thing to do number 2. Hot Springs Historic Baseball Trail. I thought this would be easier to see when we were here, but you have to purposely look for them. Hot Springs is big in the history of baseball, with many famous players coming here to train and relax at the hot springs. For the baseball trail, you can download an app to help find all the monuments, but there are many to look at and very much worth it. So much history here. Number 3. Okay, so there's baseball. What's next? Gangsters? Yes, actually, there's an entire Gangster Museum of America. And Al Capone. who maintained Suite 443 in the Arlington Hotel, which is also a very cool stop. The museum itself takes you back to the early 1900s when mineral water, gambling, and bootlegging brought visitors from all over the world to Hot Springs, Arkansas. General admission is $16. Number 4. Murals. There are tons of murals to see here, including this one you can see from the parking garage titled Quapaw. And there's many, many more to see, so you will definitely accidentally run into them without trying. But of course, you can look up the actual locations to make a DIY tour for what interests you. Number 5. One of the first things you'll see on the skyline, other than the bathhouses and old hospital, is the 216-foot observation tower. In total, you're 1,256 feet above sea level. There's 2 ways to get there. Take the scenic drive to the parking lot, or hike the 1.5-mile trail from Fountain Street. Number 6. Hot Spring Trolleys. You'll be taken through the historic district with its 1800s and 1900s homes, the mountainous regions with their great views of nature, and hear a bunch of history while you do that. I did not go personally, but it looks like a good way to see the area because Hot Springs isn't a large town, but driving here is not very fun. It's very tight streets and lots of hills. Number 7. Mountain Valley Spring Company. They have a beautiful historic building here built in 1910. You can taste free samples of this famous water. The inside is very pretty, and if you want a specific tour of this, I included a link to another channel, Spa Guy, that gives a full tour of the inside. Number 8 is kind of a bonus because it's a big list of everything else before we get to the last main thing to do, which is one of my favorites. One of the easiest things to do is to walk on the opposite side of the Bathhouse Row, where there's famous bars and restaurants like the Ohio Club, which children are not allowed in because of Arkansas state laws. And there's also a wax museum. There's plenty of seasonal festivals here, including the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day Parade, the World Championship Running of the Tubs, an annual competition where participants race down Bathhouse Row, pushing gigantic water-filled bathtubs on wheels. There's also Bombers and Barbecue Festival at the Hot Springs Memorial Field Airport. Number 9 is barbecue. Okay, so they have some restaurants that are good, but I don't personally think it's the best barbecue in the world, but it's very good if you're craving some barbecue chicken. Number 10, last but definitely not least, because you don't want your horse coming in last, is the Oaklawn Horse Racing. It's free to get in because, well, they expect you to bet money anyway. There's also a casino, dining, and a hotel, but we are here for the horse racing. They are best known as home of the Racing Festival of the South and the $1.25 million Arkansas Derby. Over the last decade, the track has played host to some of the biggest names in the sport. In 2015, the track helped launch the near-perfect season of Triple Crown winner American Pharoah, who won both the Rebel Stakes and the Arkansas Derby en route to becoming the first horse in 37 years to win. I've been to Lone Star Park, Churchill Downs, and Oaklawn is by far my favorite. The horses actually come inside before the race, so you can see them. Plus, it's got big races that have points that are for the Kentucky Derby, so you can possibly see a historic horse here. Horse racing is entirely its own world, where you'll find both millionaires and gamblers betting their last dollar. You can see the jockeys, owners, trainers, and how much time and effort they place into trying to win the races. That's it for Hot Springs. I hope you enjoy your trip to Hot Springs. It's a unique place with good water. See you next time.